right, let's learn some more about force and motion today. Our standard says that we can obtain, evaluate, and communicate information to explain the effect of a force in the movement of an object. Remember, a force is a push or a pull, and movement means the change in speed and direction. All right, so now we're going to focus on what effect does force have on an object? What happens when we put force on an object? That's what we're going to focus on the next few days. All right, our vocabulary. We have what word? Pull. What word? Push. What word? Speed. What word? Direction. What word? Motion. What word? Force. All right, boys and girls, I will say the definition. You tell me what word. All right, which word means a push or pull of an object? That is force. How fast something moves. That would be its speed. This moves an object away from yourself. Push. Push moves it away from you. The path a moving object takes direction. Remember, I said think about a path in the road and an arrow pointing down it telling you which direction to go on the path. The path a moving object takes is its direction. This moves an object towards yourself. That is a pull. Motion is the movement from one place to another. If you apply force, it is going to be in motion. All right, and we have them all correct. Remember to practice your study guide with those words on it, okay? They will be on your test. All right, so let's learn some more today about force and motion. All right, this first part we know. All right, we're going to learn about force and friction today. Force and motion. You can use pushes and pulls to change an object's location. If you push a swing, it will move away from you. If you pull a swing, it moves towards you. Pushes and pulls are forces. All right, boys and girls, look at the picture. All right, who is pushing the swing? Mom is pushing. The swing is going away from her as she pushes. All right, what is Dad doing? Dad is pulling the swing. It is going near his body. And then when he lets go, it will swing away from him, right? So he's pulling it up. It's going closer to his body. And then when he lets go, she will swing the opposite way. So a pull draws it nearer to your body. Push away from your body. All right, let's read these captions. What forces are the girls using to change the ball's direction? So what are the girls doing? They're using their hands to push that ball towards each other, right? How is the juggler changing the direction of the pins? Yes, he's using his hands to push in the direction he wants it to go. You can use a force to change the direction of a moving object. When you play baseball, you throw the ball. You give the ball a push. The ball moves away from you. Look at the juggler. He is throwing pins in the air and catching them. He is changing the direction of the moving pins. All right, and what are the girls doing? They're throwing. They'll catch it and then they'll throw it back. All right, how can you change how something moves, guys? You can throw it. What else could you do? What if you put it on the ground? Could you use your feet? What could you do? Yeah, you could kick the ball. That's right. Can you think of anything else you could do with it? You could roll it on the ground. All right, lots of different things we could do to change its direction. Strength of forces. You can use a small force to make a light ball move quickly. You might use more force to move a heavy ball just as quickly. A lot of force makes an object move fast. A strong kick makes a ball move faster than a gentle kick does. So think about it. How can you change how fast an object will move? You would have to apply more force, right? All right, if the ball is heavier or it's heavier, you're going to have to apply more force, or if you want it to go farther, you have to have a stronger kick or more force. What type of force is shown in the photograph? All right, think about it. The ball is going towards them or away from them? Away from them. So if you kick, is that a push or a pull? It's a push. That's right. Kicking makes the ball go away from you. You can use a push to slow down a moving object. The ball is moving very fast. The girl pushes the ball to a stop, to stop it. Then she can pull it toward herself. So let's think about it. All right, the ball's moving very fast. When she catches the ball, she pushes the ball to stop it. Then she gathers it and pulls it towards herself. And that's how she gets it to stop. How can you change the speed at which an object will move? All right, you have to apply force of some kind to make the object stop. So the girl applied two different kinds of force. She applied a push and then a pull to make the ball stop. So force can make things go into motion and force can cause things to stop. What do you think would happen if the girl missed the ball? Do you think the ball would continue to go? And the ball would probably continue until it quit rolling. What can change the speed of a moving object? Force has to be applied to stop it as well. All right, so let's learn about friction. Friction. Friction is a force that slows down or stops a moving thing when it rubs against something. So what is friction? It's a force that slows down or stops a moving thing when it rubs against something. A bike chain rubs against the bike gears. A rusty chain makes a bike harder to pedal. Smooth surfaces cause less friction than rough ones. Smooth surfaces do not slow down moving things as much. It is easier to ride a bike with a smooth, clean chain than a rough, rusty one. All right, how many of you guys have ever experienced that? You left your bike outside for a long time and it started to get rusty and it was hard to pedal. Yeah, then it gets rough. All right, so what is friction? And it's the force that slows down or stops a moving thing when it rubs against something. All right, what causes friction? All right, friction happens when two things rub together and it causes it to slow down. How does friction slow the bike down? All right, the bike chain rubs against the bike gears and it will slow it down. All right, you can take your two hands and quickly rub them together. Take your two hands and rub them together. You can hear mine. Rub your hands together. What starts to happen after you rub them for a while? Do you feel heat on your hands? Do they start to get warm? That's from friction. Okay, it will heat up. Just like if you have your car or your bike or anything else and you hit the brakes on that road, it is going to rub and going to cause that friction. Rub and cause it to slow down. Just like on your car, the same thing. The brakes, it's going to rub, cause it to slow it down. Cause it to be able to stop. Okay? So we have pushes and pulls that are force, and then friction is what allows you to slow down and stop things that are in motion. All right, now let's look about bike brakes. Let's see if we can learn something interesting here. Bike brakes. Bike brakes use friction to stop a bike. Most of the time, the brakes do not touch the wheels. There is no friction between them. To stop the bike, you press the brakes against the wheels. The brakes rub against the wheels and cause friction. The wheels spin more and more slowly until they stop moving. All right, so now that tells us how they work. All right, so the brakes, when they work, they come down and rub on the wheel. And what's going to happen? It starts to rub and cause the friction. It causes it to slow down, and as it slows down, the wheels will move more slowly until they finally stop. So what do you think happens when a bike's brakes are broken, guys? If the brakes are broken, what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to stop. How are you going to be able to stop that bike? You're going to have to be the friction. You're going to have to put your feet down and let them rub to slow you down. That's right. A lot of times that's what you have to do, is put your feet down and let them help slow you down to a stop. So you can use your feet to rub and be the friction for your bike. All right. Today we have a quick check. All right. Reviewing pushes and pulls and what friction is and force. All right, I'm going to put this into a Google form, and you will just choose the right answer, and we will check it tomorrow. So you will click on the Google form in our lesson, and you will not have to come in on this. So I will have a Google form hooked in for you guys. All right, do your best today and review.